Bulavinaka, and welcome to the ANZ Stadium here in Fiji for the first round of the Pacific Nations Cup, and of course a big Bulavinaka as well to all our viewers around the globe as well, and especially to our friends and families in Tonga, and of course in Georgia as well. Game 1 of the 2018 Pacific Nations Cup. We have the Georgian Lelos up against the Tongan Ikaletahi, and of course a lot of fans out here in Fiji, especially the Tongan fans, looking forward to this matchup. And pretty soon I will be joined by former Auckland Warriors and former Knights, Newcastle Knights winger in the NRL, Cooper Vuna. He went on to play for the Rebels Super Rugby side as well. He's going to join us soon, and of course it's a beautiful day out here in the capital of Fiji. Soon, of course, we're coming to you live from the ANZ Stadium, and this was earlier on today when the Tongans arrived. They were the first to arrive here at the stadium. Of course, they have a very formidable pack, especially in the forwards, and it's going to be a very enterprising matchup as well for us today. We have a lot of experienced players in this Tongan side, especially that man, the coach, Totai Kefu, the Tongan fans out here as well. Some of the local fans out early as well to witness this first game. Tonga up against Georgia. And as I said earlier, we'll be joined by Cooper Vuna, but he is the Georgian side, and they also have a very experienced squad, and of course some young enterprising players as well that they've managed to bring into Fiji this time around. They were here 2 years ago. They met Tonga. In fact, the last time they met Tonga was on this same venue, the ANZ Stadium, back in 2016. The Lelos won that one by 23 points to 20. And Tonga will be looking at leveling the scores here today. Of course, they've met 5 times in the past, Tonga and Georgia. And it's the Lelos who have an edge. They have won 3 out of those 5 meetings, and if Tonga can win today, they can square off the charts as well for them. Here's the Tongan lineup. A very formidable pack, as I said earlier. And they have Fishioi Siegfried, Naumore and Lolohe in the front 3. Fifita and Tuineau, Faleafa Lokotui and Nasi Manu on debut for the Tongans. The experienced halves combination of Takulua and Kurt Morath and Penikolo Latu with the flying David Halaifonua on the wings. Siale Piutau, the elder brother of Charles Piutau, in at inside center. Nafi Tuitavaki, no slouch either, will be wearing the number 15 jersey for Tonga this afternoon. And Sione Fifita will be at fullback. Here's the Georgian lineup. An experienced front 3 as well for them. Chilachava, Mamshvili and Ashvili as well. Nemsadze, the experienced, the journeyman, wearing the number 4 jersey for the Georgian. Cheshvili and Jogadze, the open side flanker. He was here in 2016. And watch out for the 2 wingers, Tudua and of course Shinakawa, who was in formidable form in the World Under-20 World Championship a few years ago against Fiji. Here comes the 2 teams, and of course, as I said earlier, former New Zealand Warriors winger and former Newcastle Knights winger from the NRL. He went on to play Super Rugby for the Rebels, and also now playing for Bath in the Aviva Premiership, and that's Cooper Vuna. He also represented Tonga in the 2008 Rugby League World Cup. Cooper Mbulavinaka, and of course, welcome to Fiji.
Mbulavinaka, thanks for having me.
What do you think of this matchup today? Of course, for the Georgians, they've played a few matches earlier this year, while for the Tongans, this will be their first international outing for the 2018 season.
Yeah, look, the Georgians are always a special team. They're a big pack, they're a big team, and I think that's what they're going to use today. And for the Tongans, I think they have to be a lot expansive with the running game. They have to move around, they have to move the ball around to get the Georgians to get around. So it's going to be an exciting game. I'm looking forward to it, and it's going to be a big game.
Well said, Cooper. Of course, I'm looking forward to this matchup as well. And for Tonga, of course, they have a very formidable pack on the bench as well. The Fijian fans out here would love to see Ben Taimofuna in action as well out here. Tongan national anthem, and now the Georgian national anthem. Well, the Lelos are ready, and of course the Tongans as well. The Sea Eagles from the Kingdom of Tonga, the Friendly Islanders. They are here, but they will not be so friendly this afternoon against Georgia, I tell you that. But we are also, we are also ready now for the, the Tongan war dance, and it's the Sipitao. And let's see who's gonna lead them out. Sonatane Takulua laying the challenge there for the Ikale Tahi. And of course, can't wait for this one, Cooper.
Yeah, it's very exciting. Obviously, the boys have prepared well for the last couple of weeks, and I think they're ready to go. And today will be a big test for them against a big side, so should be good.
That's right. Watch out for that man in the number 9 jersey for Tonga. He's gonna dictate a lot of stuff out there on the field in these next 80 minutes. Sonatane Takulua. There's the referee. Takulua and Kurt Morath, of course, the key figures in this Tongan outfit. They'll call the shots for them. There's Kurt Morath, and off we go for especially the first match for Tonga in the 2018 season. But they lost that one forward. But for Georgia, they defeated the French Barbarians earlier in February. And also they beat Romania in March in the European Cup Championship. So they've played together in 2 games, the Lelos. But for Tonga, remember, this is their first outing of the season. And on debut as well, we have 3 players out there for the Tongans. David Lolohe is one of them, the prop forward, the tight head prop forward, and Nasi Manu at number 8. Again, a big mbula to all our viewers in the beautiful island of Tonga. And hope you're enjoying the coverage as well. With under 2 minutes gone in this first half, we have the first scrum of the afternoon as well. And it's Lobanze, the halfback. Vasil Lobanze, the 21-year-old, one of the exciting talents in this Georgian side. He's out there at the back. There he goes, but good pressure as well there from Dan Faleafa. So Georgia will now have to try and get out of their red zone. The Tongans applying the pressure, and they're doing it well, trying to unsettle this Georgian side. And you can see that's one of the reasons. Not a good pass from Vasil. Well fielded at the back. Here comes the Tongans going through is Sione Fifita. Runs over one of the Georgian players and is out cold at the moment. That was a good run up by Sione Fifita, the fullback. In fact, one of the new players as well being brought into these Tongan side, Kupa.
Yeah, definitely a big player, big fullback, Sione Fifita from New Zealand. You know, he's played in a good setup there at the Crusaders, and he's doing really well. So he's earned his spot to start today, and that's a big start for him.
That's right. A lot of confidence after that run as well from Sione Fifita. He'll remember this day and of course this venue as well, and his first international opponent, and that's Georgia. One of the 3 players out there for the first time wearing the Tongan jersey, and that's Sione Fifita. Of course, David Lolohe and Nasimanu. But you can see the Georgian lock forward and the captain as well, chatting with his players there. He was here in 2016, Georgi Nemsadze. As the medics now attending to the injured Georgian player, but you can't make out who it is at the moment after that big run by this man here, Fifita. Love to see him more in this match. Of course, as the World Rugby CEO Bill Beaumont said, that this is an important tournament for these 4 teams as they gear up for the 2019 Rugby World Cup in Japan. And it's also Asia's first World Cup. So this year we have an exciting PNC as well, because there is a new format which will add to the excitement. Tongan fans on the stands. Of course, the University of the South Pacific is just 5 minutes walk away, so most of the Tongan students out at USP are here supporting the Ikaletahi. But the Georgian player, it looks like that will be the end of his campaign as far as this match is concerned. He's going to be taken out of the field. And we saw the referee as he blew the whistle as soon as one of the Tongan players signaled to him about the danger that the Georgian player was in. So number 22 will come in now for Georgia, and that's Lasha Malzare, who's going to be replacing, I think, one of the backline players, but we don't know who it is at the moment. Remember, these two teams have met 5 times prior to this. This is their 6th meeting. Here's the run up by David Fifita. It looks like the inside center. Yes, it was out cold there. The inside center, and that's Georgie Keladze, the injured player, the 20-year-old. He scored 3 tries when he came off the bench against Germany in February of this year. Plays in the Georgian Championship, Amazi Manueli. That's the club that he plays in back in Georgia. Just 20 years of age. Made his debut against Canada in November last year. Has played 7 games for Georgia, and he's out for the day. So number 22 is on the park now for Georgia, and that's Lasha Malzare. And we have now Sonatane Takulua will go for the scrum feed. You can see Kurt Morath not far off, and maybe first chance for us to see Nasi Manu as well in action at number 8 this afternoon for Tonga. Well, the referee is not happy. So he's just spoken to the 2 front rows. Sonatane Takulua now. He's ready for the feed. In it goes from Takulua. Kurt Morath infield. Piutau and for Fifita. But he managed to regather that one. First chance for Tonga now, as we see them on attack. Leva Fifita was the one who took it through. Kurt Morath again. In it goes for Paula Nuyamo. Well, advantage is being played here by the referee, but Tonga still use the possession that they have. Siale Pietau. Morath again. That's a nice flat pass out to David Lolohea. Takulua. Good passage of play here from the Tongans. Driven back was Leva Fifita. But the Georgians with that in-your-face defense, and but the referee was still playing advantage. And some good passages of play there from Tonga. We saw the forwards hitting the ball at pace as well, Cooper.
Yeah, definitely a good setup by the Georgians. Great defense, good line speed. They're stopping the Tongans from getting over their vantage line, and then obviously it results down to a penalty, but their defense is definitely showing it first.
Well, Siale Pietau is asked Morath to kick it out. So they will not go for the 3 points. Remember this year's PNC format, it will be played over 2 rounds, and the team that amasses the most competition points will be crowned champions. So all teams will be looking to secure bonus points. Paula, nice two-hand take there from Nasimanu, and in comes the Tongans. That's Penny Kololatu, takes it closer to the try line. Not a good pass from Sonatane Takulua, and they've gone back a few meters now. The Tongans, Siegfried Fishioi takes it through the middle, goes through the traffic, left it behind for Takulua. Lolo here in support. The former Waratahs prop forward. Kurt Morath again, Siale Pietau, out it goes on the outside. Fotu Loko Tui. Another good setup by Loko Tui. Joe Tuinayau now. Still defending their line well, the Tongans. Kurt Morath and Fifita. Well, good run, good carry by Fifita. Nasimanu takes it up front. Through the middle they go again. Fifita and Joe Tuneau teaming up, and it's been intercepted by Georgia on the outside. They come away with it, and it's been kicked through. Still going. It's Alexander Todua. He needs to control this. Will this be the first try? And it's not Todua, it's Matasvili. Well, their defense paid off. In the end, the Georgians, well, coast to coast try. Josep Matisvili, they were defending their line just 2 minutes ago, and well done to the Georgians. Well, the ball came out, Cooper.
Yeah, good defense from them, defending their line, obviously, with Tonga trying to put as much pressure on them, but the ball had just come loose, and you know the Georgians will pounce on any ball that's loose.
So that's number 15, Josep Matisvili, the fullback, and just 24 years of age, commonly known in the team as Soso. So Josep Matisvili, he made his debut last year against Spain in Madrid. And that's his 5th test try for Georgia. We have Lasha Kamladze. He was here in 2016 as well, when they defeated Tonga. 23 points to 20. So off a Tongan mistake, Kamaladze strikes it and over it goes. So it's Georgia leading the Tongans by 7 after their try to Josep Matisvili, the 24-year-old, scoring his 5th test try in his 10 outings for Georgia. Morath this time. He kicks it deep. Vashil Lobalinze again applies with a huge kick, and out it comes now. This is what Tonga needs to do. Penikolo Latu, they need to use the width of the park as well. Siale Pietau gives it to Leva Fifita, who marches through the middle. Sonatane Takulua comes towards the short side again. Straight run through there from Nafi Tuitavake. Siale, you can see that Siale is assisting Kurt Morath. And out it goes, Karapasa Fifita again. Breaks through the first tackle. An exciting player, Lolo Hare, sets it up now for the Tongans. Siale Pietau Going through is Dan Faleafa. They leave it behind now, Tonga. Kurt Morath again. Out on the open is the open side flanker as well for Tulokotui. And look at the big D from Georgia. They've managed to turn possession over. And a box kick there from the young halfback, Vasil Obzanze. Benny Kololatu was there back sweeping for the Tongans. Kurt Morath knows that they are in danger. Will it go out on the full end? Yes, it's out on the full as well from Kurt Morath. So at the moment, Tonga is playing under all sorts of pressure, Cooper.
Yes, they are, and I think it all goes down to the Georgians. They're playing a very good game, having 14 men on their feet on defence, which creates no gaps for Tonga, and they're finding it hard to try to get through them.
So Kurt Morath and Siale Pietau are the ones dictating play for the Tongans at the moment. And of course, that's the professional setup that we have in World Rugby. You gotta have a good number 12 who can also assist the number 10. Nafi Tuitavake. Off it goes to Penikolo Latu, who takes it in contact as well. Sonetani Takulua Pietau this time decides to go himself. And you can see David Halaifonua is into the thick of things there for the Tongans again. Another good carry from Sione Fifita. Realizing the situation they were in at that point in time, and had to take it through Joe Tuineau, the Fiji-born player. Takulua left it high, and it's a chance for David Halaifonua to go after it, and picked up now by David Lolohea, lost forward by the Georgians. As Tuineau takes it through the middle now. That's yes, that's Joe Tuineau. Takulua now, Siale Pietau. They have a chance, the Tongans, if they go back towards the open. Fifita, this time it's Kurt Morath, but well fielding is the Georgian fullback, rather the big winger, Anzo Shinahava. Wearing the number 14 jersey there for the Lelos, but the referee was playing advantage all along. 7 points to nil at the moment, and it's Georgia who's leading Tonga. This time Siale Pietau calls up Sonatane Takulua. And of course, Cooper, when we look at the game as well, Tonga has committed a few errors and basically the knock-ons, a few knock-ons.
Yeah, it's a very slippery surface when the ball is on there. Obviously a dry day, but with a lot of boys and a lot of hands on the ball, it gets a bit sweaty. But it should have come down to the knock-ons, because obviously if that's the thing, Georgia are putting a lot of pressure on them in defence, and their line speed is good, and you know at the start they're showing some good stuff, and from that they're rewarded by a try.
Sonatane Takulua has been around for Tonga for quite some time now. I remember him when he came with the Tongan A side, I think a few years ago, for the Pacific Rugby Challenge, the PRC. Takulua now left it high, and it's away to the left. So first miss for Sonatane Takulua. Disappointed with himself there. See the Tongan bench as well. Well, World Rugby is committed to providing all teams with the best possible platform to maximize their potential in Japan, and this is one of those platforms that World Rugby has been talking about, as Nasimanu on debut for Tonga brings it up. the 2015 Super Rugby winner for the Highlanders. This time it's for Tuloko Tui. Takulua, out it goes for Siale Pietau. But again, good read in defense by Levladze. Tuineau left it, let it go. And it's been left for the outside center, Nafi Tuitavake for Tonga. They've lost it now, the Tongans, as Georgia brings it through, still playing advantage. Here's the Georgians, and there's a knock on. Well, they are not only very good at the breakdown and in defense, they are also very dangerous in broken play, Cooper.
Yeah, definitely. They've got some speed in their team. They don't only have a big forward pack and the big players in their team to take them forward, the backs also have speed, and they're definitely going to get exposed if Tonga plays like that.
Well, he fell heavily here. Nafi Tuitavake, I think, twisted his knee there. He was taken in, he was in an awkward situation out there.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to the existing UV index, today's game will include a short hydration break for the players' welfare. In just 2 minutes' time, then we'll be back into the Pacific Nations Cup action.
Oh, it looks like Nafi Tuitavake is coming off, so that's a big blow for Tonga. He's one of those exciting talents in this Tongan side. Nafi Tuitavake, of course, played some Super Rugby as well with the Chiefs, rather with the Crusaders, but he's been replaced now by Fosita. So Fosita is replacing Nafi Tuitavake. But Fosita is also a good player, Cooper.
Yeah, big blow for Tonga having Nafi Tuitavake come off there quite early. We didn't really see him with much ball, but exciting player to see, but it's sad to see him off. But it's good to have Latume Fosita in there, and he's definitely got a wealth of experience in the international level, and to accompany Kurt Morath there in the centres and the halves, he'll be a decent pick for him.
Because as Cooper Vuna said there, Latume Fosita has been around for Tonga as well. He knows what's at stake here, and he also knows that a ticket for the 2019 Rugby World Cup for Tonga is on the line. So Totai Kefu will also be looking at that as well as he builds his squad for the 2019 World Cup. A free kick here to the Tongans, to the Georgians rather. And they've called for another scrum. I remember the 2015 World Cup when the Georgian forwards, when they packed down with the All Blacks front row. Well, we saw the quality and the depth that the Georgian side having their forwards, especially the front three, Cooper.
Yeah, big competition there at the front row. Big boys, and Tonga's got some big boys, and it's definitely going to be a battle of the forwards and a battle of the front row as well. So it's going to be exciting to watch for those that love scrums, and I'm sure the forwards coaches will be loving this moment to see a big pack go against another big pack.
Asvili, Mamshvili, and Sheila Shava for the Georgians, with Fishioi, Naumo, and Lolo here for Tonga. And they've earned a penalty out of that free kick. They knew Tonga was buckling under pressure in that department. And they called for a scrum against Georgia. And they've been gifted with a penalty. And this time they are calling up Kamladze once again to try and add more points for them. As you can see, the referee on this side he came around this side because he thought the problem was coming from the side of the scrum, where Siegfried Fishy Hoy was in and given a penalty now to the Georgians. But in fact it's Yosef Mashvili, the try scorer. He converted his own try and now is lining up for another 3 points for Georgia. Remember, Georgia have not lost a match this year. They defeated the French Barbarians and Romania, and this time it's all good as well from Yosef Machvili. The Georgian players were not considered for this match. They will surely make that match day 23 next week against Fiji, that's for sure. Well, as per World Rugby regulation, and of course under the PNC regulation as well, that the players will now have a 2 minutes break after every quarter. So that means in the first 20 minutes and the second 20 minutes, so there will be 4 quarters and 2 minutes break for the players. Of course, player safety and player welfare is always paramount, Kupa.
Yeah, definitely, especially in this sort of heat. You'd want, especially the forwards, they would want a little sip here and there with a little break. But hydration is key in this sort of heat, and it's in a game like this.
Tonga, rather Georgia, is leading by 10 points to 0 after that penalty was converted by Yosef Mashvili. Kurt Morath again. It's a short one from Kurt Morath, but well done by the Tongan, especially for Tuloko Tui. First touch for Latume Fosita, losing the ball forward there, Tonga. Another error from the Tongans, and this time it's David Kacherava who boots it downfield. We have Penicolo Latu takes it through the middle, and they have a penalty. High tackle on Penicolo Latu, the blind side winger. You can see here, and not that one, but from the lock forward, that's Noda Chesvili. So Penny Kolo Latu, but I'm not sure whether is he in relation to Nili Latu.
I'm not too sure about that one, but we seem to think that all the Latus all related somehow.
Taken through now by David Lolohea. Goes no sign of Nili Latu in this Tongan side. Great warrior for Tonga. Lost forward by Georgia. And here's Joe Tuneau. The big frame of Joe Tuneau takes it over the 22-meter line and lost forward again by the Tongans. But the referee said no, we'll take the first knock on. But Tonga will need to spring a few faces together, put on a few faces together before they release this deadly backline, especially when you have a fullback like Sione Fifita, who needs space. There's Joe Tuneau. And was lost by Fotu Lokotui. Sonatane Takulua. Well, again, Tonga facing a few problems up front, Cooper.
Yeah, there definitely are. The pressure from the Georgians is obviously pouncing on the Tongans, and just shows that they always want to result back into a scrum, to leave it in the forward pack and see who's the strongest.
Well, Lobzanze, you can see the big front three there of Georgia. Ashvili, Mamshvili, and Shilashava. For Fishioi, Nawamo, and Lolo here for Tonga. The battle up front. And of course, the Georgians have called for another scrum. The little halfback of Ashil Lobzanze, very disappointed. Now, you can see the referee just having a chat with the front rows, as Georgia leading Tonga by 10 points to nil. The first times these two teams met was back in 1999. In fact, the 6th of March 1999, back at Teofaiva Park in Nuku'alofa. And here's the referee. Well, Georgia exposing the Tongan forward back now, especially in the front row. They will have another penalty now, Georgia, and they've called up Yoseb Mashvili again. So when you have a player like Yoseb Mashvili in playing for the opposition, well, you need to play a very disciplined game, Cooper.
Yeah, definitely, especially when you've got a kicker like him whose percentages are quite high. He's going to kick from anywhere on the park, and I think at the start, you know, he's done well.
Well, you can see the distance there, midway 22 and midway 10 meter line and halfway. About 40 meters out from the uprights. Yoseb Mashvili, 24 years old. Strikes it well, and it's away to the right. Well, he's human after all.
I think it's the commentator's curse, or we've talked before, something like that, but definitely had the distance in his legs and just doesn't have the accuracy in that one.
That's Yoseb Mashvili, the 24-year-old. Plays his club rugby back in Georgia for RC Academy. Latu again. This time he picks it up, and look at him, he's a very stocky and also very solid customer. Standing off now, Leva Fifita, but he hands it off. Sonatane Takulua, off it goes to Kurt Morath for Sita on the outside. We have Siale Pietau, takes it through the middle. Well done to the Tongans at the moment, but again, look at this defensive structure from the Georgians. Going through there is the hooker Paula Nasimanu. They come back towards the short side through Leva Fifita once again. Takulua is there, he needs to give it out, and Tuineau for Sita. They need to release Fifita on the outside, but that's a high shot on Fifita. Sione Fifita, referee playing advantage. Coming back in field is Fotuloko Tui. They've gone over their own half now, Tonga, and it's a penalty. Now to the Tongans, and of course someone is injured there for Tonga, and I think it's Sione Fifita after that high shot. Sione Fifita. 2 players on the outside. Should have given that one. But he was taken high by Noda Chashvili, the lock forward. Still 10 points to nil as the Georgians lead the Kaletahi from the friendly islands of Tonga. But Cooper, Tonga also missing the services of some of their experienced players as well. But what we'd love to see him on the park, Ben Tamofuna. A lot of fans here in Fiji, a lot of Chiefs fans are here in Fiji, and they love Ben Taimofuna back in the days when he was with the Chiefs.
He definitely is a big crowd favourite, Ben Taimofuna. It's like everywhere you go, he's a crowd magnet. But he offers a lot in the scrums and definitely plays along real good.
Welcome again to the ANZ Stadium in Suva, Fiji for the Pacific Nations Cup 2018, and we have Georgia up against Tonga. We are into the second half as Josep Mashvili is ready to get the last 40 underway, and Georgia leading Tonga by 13 points to nil. And Tonga will need a big play in this second half. Of course, they made some promising plays in the last 5 minutes of the first half, especially from Nasimanu. But they need to contain this Georgian outfit. And again, it's Latu from the outside, while fielding is Anzo. Out it goes, lost forward by Georgia, picked up here by Halai Fonua David. It's there for the Tongans. Here comes Fifita, buried in a tackle of Georgie Nemzadze. They go through the middle again, Tonga. Out they come for Joe from Fifita. What an offload! Latu, now it's David Halai Fonua who left it behind. And the referee has penalized Tonga. I think that was accidental offside, I think. Yes. Fotu Lokotui was the man penalized there. And Josep Machvili again will have to kick it into touch. Made good contact with that the 24-year-old fullback. As Georgia now with Salva Mamukaksvili. Just right on the 10-meter line inside their own half. Spoiled in front there by Leva Fifita of Tonga. Noda Jasvili combining with the skipper Nemsadze. 21-year-old Vasil lobs Hanze with a good box kick, but well done by Penny Kololatu. Played a grand game in the first half. Not a good pass from Fosita. Out on the outside as David Halai Fonua tries to go through. Rather, that was Penny Kololatu. He's on the other side now, Penny Kololatu. We saw a lot from him in the first half. And again, alongside me, I have Kupa Vuna, the former Melbourne Rebels Super Rugby winger. And Kupa, what does Tonga need to do in this second half to contain this Georgian pack?
Yeah, I think they're using the ball a bit too much. They're overthrowing their passes, throwing 50-50 passes, I should say. And what they need is someone to take the ball forward, go forward, open it up, open the Georgians up so that they can have their loose players like David Halai Fonua and Latu to go through them holes.
Yes, and we expect Nasimanu to play a leading role in this second 40. Here comes Nasimanu. Look at him go. Good carry again by Nasimanu. Sonatane Lokotui Radhabe Takulua. Oh, drops the ball there. I thought it was deliberate now, but he knew they had the penalty. Sonatane Takulua, as Kupavuna said earlier. They can't afford those 50-50 passes, Tonga, as Kurt Morath takes them deep inside Georgian territory. They need to build on this, Tonga. They're trailing by 10 points. is Kurt Morath. He'll play a leading role as well for Tonga in this campaign. A short one for Nasi Manu, again used as a battering ramp there. Manu, Sonatane Takulua, it's there for him. They give it to Kurt Morath, and look at the defensive line there from the Georgians. They go towards the open through Fifita. Sione Fifita goes over the 22 now. It's there for Sita. Good build up here by Tonga. Kurt Morath and Joe Tuineau left that behind. Back sweeping is Fotu Lokotui there for the Tongans, and they will have another penalty, and that's a professional foul. Professional foul there from Georgia. But I'm afraid, is that the captain? Oh, we'll just have to see. Look at this from Kurt Morath. No, it's the number 8. So he's been sent to the bin, Mikhail Kajeniladze. He'll spend the next 10 minutes in the bin. Is that the window of opportunity that Tonga has been waiting for? They'll play with an extra man for the next 9.5 minutes. As Mikhail Kajeniladze has been sent off by the referee. Here goes the Tongans. They need to play as a pack now, but it's been... No, it was a maul. Says the referee, it was a maul. And ball was slow to come out there from the Tongans. And we'll have a scrum feed. 13 points to 3. Still Georgia in front. And we have an injury break here to one of the Georgian players. You can see the big captain from Georgia, Georgi Nemsadze, the journeyman. So Georgia with Vasil Lobzanze. There's Fosita and Sonatane Takulua. Tonga will need a big game from Takulua in this second spell, but here's Vasil Lobzanze. Look at the Tongan forward back. And it's a complete scrum set here from the Tongans, and it's not what we saw in the first half, Cooper.
No, it definitely wasn't, and obviously it plays a big part to have Mikhail Kajeniladze off on the yellow card, which he's played well throughout the first half, and for him to be missing in the second half is going to be a big blow for the Georgians.
And I think that's another boost that the Tongans need, because they played poorly in that department in the first half, and now they have a chance as Lolo Hare, rather it's Paula Naumore, they drive through the middle as well. The back line joins them up front. But again, just as was the case the last time, it was a maul called by the referee. And when it collapsed, the ball was nowhere to be seen. And that's another blow to the Tongan campaign as they were going for their first try, Cooper.
Yeah, I think it's another opportunity missed by the Tongans. That I think they needed to change their height when they're driving against a big side like the Georgians. You know, they love a maul, and that's what they're built on, and Tongans just missed that opportunity.
Well, there's the Tongan bench. 8 players who may well get some game time later on in this match. But as it stands, only one change made by Tonga, and it was through an injury to Nafi Tuitavake in the first half. So we have Latuime Fosita out there at outside center for Tonga. We expect another big scrum here from Tonga. They apply the pressure, but this time they've overdone it, and Tonga been penalized again as Siale Pietau goes in to assist the forwards. The Georgian front three congratulating each other there. They played a big role in that as well.
I think they do. That's a big forward front three with a lot of experience, especially with Levan Chaval over at Clermont.
Yes,
up against
right.
a stud front, say prop Fisihoy.
And also, yes, Kalem Ashvili played against Tonga here in 2016. It's a very experienced front three. Of course, Levan Chelachava plays for Toulon with Semi Randrandra and Joshua Tuisova. So we have some very experienced players out there for the Georgians, especially in the forwards. But here comes Tonga as Siale Pietau slices through a gap. It quickly closed on him, and they've recycled it properly now. Out it goes for Siegfried Fishioi. They try to hold him up, but they need to release him now, the Georgians, otherwise they will be penalized. But they are lucky this time. The referee says no. Tonga was moving forward. We'll have a scrum feed to the Tongans with 11.5 minutes gone in this second spell. A lot of tired players out there, but remember, Georgia playing with 14 players. Their number 8 is in the Sinbin, Mikhail Kachiladze. There's the Sinbin player, the number 8. They'll send in some reinforcements soon, Georgia. Looks like number 19 will come on for Georgia. There's Konstantin Mikautadze with the assistant referee Kaveni Talemeivalangi. So Konstantin will go in and he'll replace Noda Chesvili. Well, Noda Chesvili plays for the Cornish Pirates. Well, he just signed for the Cornish Pirates, the English second division club, this Monday. Noda Chesvili, so he comes off now. And Konstantin is in.
So just the correction. Now is Noda Chesvili.
And another scrum penalty. It's more than 3 scrum penalties against Tonga. Cooper, I think.
Yeah, the Tongans are giving away a lot of penalties, especially in the scrums. I think the Georgians are using what they're good at against the Tongans and just allowing a lot of pressure on them.
That's right. There's some teams such as Georgia, Namibia, we have Romania. They have a very good forward back, and they are forwards-oriented teams, and we've seen that in the World Cups as well. As Georgia, they've been in 4 World Cups, so that speaks volume of how good they are in World Rugby. Georgia, they are playing against another good forward-oriented side like Tonga, and to be coming out on top is a sign of how good they are, Georgia. And coming off as well is Shalva Mamuksvili. Plays for he played for the Sale Sharks and Glasgow Warriors up until 2016. So he's off now. And now we have Georgia again. They're leading by 13 points to 3. They go through the middle, and Tonga will have to be very careful here. Controlling it at the moment now, the Georgians. You can see Vasil Lobzanze at the back. Here's a little run through by Georgia, but what a hit there from David Halai for Nua on Lasha Malaguradze, who's out there for Georgia as well. They go through the outside. Will he be driven into touch? Yes, there was no space there, as the halfback Vasil Lobazanze decided to go back towards the short side, and but he wasn't expecting that. The skipper Noda Chasvili, the ball went back, and you can see David Lolohe quickly up there. 13 points to 3, and we have a Tongan player down. Looks like, is it Nasimanu? Can see Nasimanu out there for Tonga. He may be the injured player. The doctors are out there, and few of the medical staff as well, to try and assess the injury. The number 8 for Georgia is about to come back on the field. Mikhail Kachenladze, after spending the last 10 minutes in the bin. These two teams, as I said earlier, have met 5 times. Their first meeting was in 1999, back at Fiva Stadium in Nuku'alofa. Tonga won that one by 37 points to 6. They met again in 1999. That was a World Cup repechage qualification. 28-27. Georgia defeated Tonga there at the Dinamo Arena. No, it looks like one of the lock forwards. I think that was Leva. It was Leva Lolohea. Yes, because number 5 is there, Joe Tuineau. So Joe Tuineau is still there for Tonga. Yes, number 4 is down at the moment, Leva Fifita. Leva Fifita
for the two team, and then we're back with the Pacific Nations Cup action.
plays for Waikato in the ITM Cup. He made his debut last year against Wales. He's played 5 matches and for Tonga, but this is his 6th for Tonga. The 29-year-old goes by the name of Salesi Lebofifita. He's down at the moment. It looks serious as well as Fosita and Fifita and Pietau, the Tongan backline, also having a chat. They know they need to rise up in these next 20 minutes or so. Well, they'd love Tonga to score a try in this match. There's part of the crowd as well on the grandstand, and also a time to take a selfie as well. Next up we'll have the Flying Fijians against Manu Samoa.
Ladies and girls, please put your hands together for flanker for Tonga, number 6, Dan Faleafa. So the Faleafa coming out of the field of play.
Looks like Dan Faleafa.
Number 25, Valentino Mapaparan.
No, Faleafa is there on the puck. I think it's yes, Dan Faleafa. That's right. Dan Faleafa is coming off now. The 29-year-old. He was part of the New Zealand under-20 team that won the 2009 IRB Junior World Championship. He made his debut back in 2013 against the USA at Carson. Played earlier this year against Romania, the European Championship. But back to the action now. Nasi Manu takes it through. Good contact from Manu. Kurt Morath decides to lift it high and put some sort of pressure on Merab Kashvili. 15.5 minutes gone. Is Vashil Lobazanze. Standing start for Levan Chilachava. Off it goes now, and Lasha Kamaladze boots it down the middle. Goes as far as Kurt Morath, but again we have the Georgian fullback Joseb Machvili fielding well for them. Well, what will be call here from Georgia. And Siale Pietau is back there for Georgia, as well as Kurt Morath. And he kicks it out of play. Finally, it's out now from Tonga. Is Kurt. 10 points the difference. 13-3. Georgia leading the Ikaletahi from Tonga. As the replacement hooker, Yaba Bregvadze, throws it in. Missed by Georgi Nemsadze, the skipper for Georgia. But in fact, they've managed to retain possession. And they'll build from here again as Otari Giogadze tries to push off Siegfried Fishioi. They go in threes, the Georgians. And again, another block kick from Vasil Lobazanze. And dropping it is Sione Fifita. Playing advantage is the referee. Yaba Bregvadze goes through again. And we'll have the scrum feed. The referee was playing advantage. Minutes coming up on the clock in this second half. All points for Georgia scored by their fullback. Josep Matsvili, he scored a try, converted his own try and added another 2 penalties. 13 points from the fullback. And Sonatane Takulua with a penalty for Tonga. We have number 25. Number 25 is Valentino Mapapa Nalangi. Is there for Georgia, but for Tonga rather. But again, Cooper, there's still problems up front, especially in the scrum for Tonga.
Yeah, definitely, and it's exactly what you're going to see in this game with the front three going up against the Tongans. You know, they're going to play a forwards game, orientated game with Jabba coming through from the Sunwolves. A lot of experience in, over in the UK, and now he's in the Sunwolves Super Rugby team, and he's definitely showing some form there in the scrums. I think discipline's definitely going to play a big key in this again, as we touched on it a lot earlier. And as you can see, we're going to see the big boot of the number 15, Josep Machvili.
Yes, Josep Machvili. Remember, all points so far for Georgia from this man, Josep Machvili, playing at fullback. Just half a meter out from the 22-meter line and about 10 from the sideline. A left footer, Machvili. If he adds another 3 points, then that'll put Georgia in the driving seat, and another 3 points for Georgia it is. 16 points. 16 points to 3 they lead, which means Tonga now have to score 2 converted tries. 16 points to 3. We have Kurt Morath again. This time he kicks it deep. Waiting for it is the big winger. Not taking any risk there, Anzo Shinihava. Straight into touch. But Tonga, they need to score now. They have another 20 minutes to try and get back into this match. Here's Paula Naumo. He's made a few strong carries this afternoon. Kurt Morath, a short one there as they go through the middle, the Tongans. Again, Morath, Siale Pietau comes back in field, but he is being enticed to come back in field due to the defensive formation of this Georgian team. They've turned it over again to the Georgians. Again, it's Vasil Lobzanze. Kicks it downfield, letting it go into touch is the Tongan winger, Penikolo Latu. And that's a good strike as well from the halfback, Vasil Lobzanze. The 21-year-old scrum half is controlling things for Georgia. Plays for Brive in the top 14. And in Georgia's opening match of the 2015 World Cup against Tonga, he played against Tonga in the 2015 World Cup. He became the youngest player ever to appear in a World Cup. And the moment we've been waiting for as well. The crowd favorite, Ben Taimofuna, is on the park here for Tonga. And we expect to see some improvements, especially in the scrum now, Kupa.
Yeah, definitely. We got the crowd favourite out there, Ben Taimofuna. It's going to be exciting to see him in the scrums. Control the scrums against a very experienced front three of the Georgians.
Again, out at the back, Josep Matsvili throws it out to David Kasarava. Not a lot of him this afternoon. We have not seen a lot from David Kasarava, one of the experienced players. In fact, played about 100 test matches for Georgia. And Tonga will need to capitalize on this. No, they've made a mess of that one again. And here's Georgia with the counter-attack, and they've conceded another penalty. Going over the top, says the referee. So it's another kickable three-pointer for Josep Matsvili. Being penalized there was Fotu Lokotui. So Josep Matsvili, 16 points so far for Georgia. And he will not hesitate to come up and try and add another 3 to his tally for the afternoon. And one of the form players here, Vasil Lobzanze, holds the record as the youngest ever player to appear at a World Cup, Rugby World Cup. He did that against Tonga back in 2015. The 21-year-old made his debut for Georgia against Germany back in 2015 as an 18-year-old. So he's okay now, the young halfback. Here's the Georgian star, Josep Matsvili. 16 points for him this afternoon. Again with that left boot of his, and it's away. So that's his second miss of the afternoon. Second miss for the fullback, Josep Matsvili. 80% strike rate for him this afternoon, Josep Matsvili, the Georgian fullback. We have a new player as well for Georgia. It's Merab Krikashvili.
And coming out and doing Shabba Shutiasvili.
.22-meter dropout from Kurt Morath. There's Vasil Lobzanze again, but this time he has kicked it out to the full there, out on the full. So they'll come back to where he kicked from, and it's inside Georgia's territory. There's the number 20, wearing the number 25 jersey. That's Valentino Mapapa Langi. Well, he's wearing that because there's no jersey that they could find that fits him as well, and there's no surprise there, Cooper.
Yeah, a very big surprise to see all these Island players growing out of their jerseys, I should say.
That's why he's wearing the number 25 jersey. Valentino Mapapanalangi. But Georgia again, look at this carry from Karen Ashvili. Goes over the halfway line. They go back towards the short side. Good hit picked up here by Siale. And Siale Pietau loses the ball in contact. Just a half meter out from the halfway mark. And Tonga will need to play as a unit now. They have less than 15 minutes to do so. It was a good carry from the open side flanker, Otari Giordaze. He plays for Clermont in France. Plays with Pedeliato and Ali Ferretti Raka in the top 14. The open side flanker for Georgia. And we can see that Cooper, that some of these Georgian players, they play professional rugby as well in France. So that's where they learn to develop their skills as well.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously goes for both sides with Tonga as well. You know, we got a lot of experience with both teams in Europe playing rugby professionally, and it's good to see that sort of stuff. We want to see our players in the PNC and in the Europe Tier 2 teams to go out to the big nations in the Europe to play and, you know, gain a lot more experience so that they can bring it back into their countries.
Yes, some of these Tongan players as well, not far ago they were playing in the PRC, and they've graduated now to the senior side and moving on to the Pacific Nations Cup. So the development pathway, which was introduced by World Rugby, slowly reaping the rewards, especially for the island nations. And also, as the World Cup is just over a year away, we'll get to see most of these players in action vying for the World Cup spot as David Halaifanua takes it through. Good run from Halaifanua. Well, they've completely shut these young men out. Fifita at fullback for Tonga. Here's Ben Taimofuna. Over the halfway he goes. Good carry from the big man. They go through Siale. Good run through here by David again. He leaves it behind. And this time, hesitating for a bit there, Leva Fifita. Out again to Kurt Morath. A short one for Tuloko Tui. Still there for the Georgians, and they will be penalized. And that's the lock forward. And also the skipper, Georgi Nemsadze, the journeyman for Georgia. Been around for quite some time as well, not only for Georgia, but for the world of rugby as well. Georgi Nemsadze played 81 test matches for Georgia. This is his 82nd and has scored 13 tries for them. Made his debut against Chile back in 2015. He signed for Ospreys this year. He's played for French clubs such as Tarbes and Agen and of course Montauban. So a very experienced player for Georgia, and this time Tonga have made a mess of their own line-out throw, and they tried to recover it, and this time they've done well. Well, they knew they needed possession because they are in the golden zone, so to speak, the green zone. They need possession here, and they need to strike now, Tonga. They need to strike now. Sonatane Takulua. have to throw this in, and first chance for us to see Ben Tamofuna up against Levan Shilashava. And the Tongan scrum holds with Tamofuna on the park, and he's made a big difference there. Ben Tamofuna, they come towards the open. Fifita, he needs to release it. It's still there. They surely will go over here, Tonga, and they have scored through Viliami Lolohea. And the platform was laid by the forwards from that scrum, Kupa.
Yeah, like we said, it's a big competition between Levan and Shilachava up against the big Ben Tamofuna with the help of Sefo Sakalia and David Fiao, who's just come on for Tonga on debut. It's a big test for them to up against a big forward pack.
And look at this. It was a well-worked move, and this man, Fifita Sione, he took it into contact, laid the foundation, and of course the cleaners came in quickly there and made the ball available for the next player, who managed to feed the pass out wide, and it was Viliami Lolohea is over, the replacement player for Tonga. So it's 16 points to 8 now, as Sonatane Takulua just a meter away from the 22-meter line. Takulua out towards the right-hand upright, and it's still 16 points to 8. There's the try scorer, Viliami Lolohea, at the end of some well-worked play from Tonga. 16-8. Less than 10 minutes to go in this match. Tonga slowly working their way back into this game. And off it goes from Georgia. Tonga, they need to maintain possession here. They need to look after the ball and play in Georgia's red zone. Force Georgia to make the mistake. The big winger goes through Anzo Shinyashava. They need the ball here. Tonga, they hold him up. This is what they need. They need possession in this side of the park, Kupa.
Yeah, definitely. This is a turning point that Tonga needs right now. With only 10 minutes to go in this game, they need someone to take the ball forward and stay down this end of Georgian.
Well, they are on the right side of the field. It's Tonga's green zone, but Georgia's red zone. But Tonga will try to milk something out of this, as time is not on their side. The Tongan pack backs down with Tamofuna on the side of the scrum, and also at the back we have Nasimanu, quickly taken. Sonatane Takulua. They know that time is running out for them. Georgie Namsadze tries to go in with the steal. Joe Tuinayao takes it through. Patient build up here from the Tongans. Valentino Mapapalangi. Ben Tamofuna takes two Georgian players to put him down. Sonatane Takulua again for Sita. Goes over the 22, still going Takulua. Three Georgian players there with him. Takulua again standing off is the replacement player, David Feao, on debut. Also there with him is Ben Tamofuna. Fotu Lokotui standing off his right, still going through. Good build up here by the Tongans. Pick and go again here by Sefo Sakalia. Well done to the Tongans, but they've lost that one, Kupa.
Just when the momentum was just about to go forward for the Tongans, another knock on with the tally of 11 knock-ons in this game, and that's costly. It's costly for Tonga, and that's not what you want against these big Georgians.
That's right. Well, the stats speaks for itself. 11 knock-ons from Tonga so far. And they'll need to work on that against the Samoa next week on this same venue. And they'll play Fiji in 2 weeks' time back at Churchill Park in Lautoka. So the Georgians, they know they are in their red zone, but they also know that time is on their side. So they'll try to slow things down, take the pressure off, especially their fly half, Lasha Kamaladze. A new player is on for Georgia as well, Georgi Begadze. I think is replacing the halfback, the informer Vasil Lobazandze. And there we have the new player, Georgi Begadze. He was here 2 years ago as well. And they played against Tonga. So, Begadze will need to take the pressure off the fly half, but here's a big scrum from Tonga, and they've earned a penalty. Ben Taimafuna, and of course the new front row of Taimafuna, David Feao and Sefo Sakalia, proving to be a savior for Tonga in this second spell. They come through the middle again. There's the replacement hooker, Sefo Sakalia. Just 2 meters out from the try line. Mapapa Langi is out there as well. Fosita, oh, just lost through there by Mike Faleafa. But the referee was playing advantage. And of course, the replacement front three for Tonga. Delivering the goods, Cooper.
They sure are, and they definitely showing up what they can do, what they can offer for Tonga, and hopefully they will benefit them another position next week against Samoa.
That's right, and in goes the replacement player. Was that a double movement? No, he was held up. And that was Mike Faleafa, wearing the number 26 jersey for Tonga. Well, they are called the impact players for nothing.
They sure are showing some form. The bench players for Tonga coming on and showing what they have. Well, Mike Faleafa going short there.
That's right, so the impact players surely stamping their mark and making their presence felt in this match since they came on. David Feao, Sefo Sakalia, Ben Taimafuna, Valentino Mapapalangi, Mike Faleafa as well, and Viliame Lolohea. Out they go towards the open. They come, Tonga. They need another try. Pick and go. Just a meter short of the try line now. They try to recycle it quickly. One of the Georgian players is over that one, and he will be shown a yellow card. So repeated infringements there from the Georgians. So they'll and this match will with 14 players. Nasi Manu, a meter short of the try line. Tuineau is there, in support, Ben Taimofuna takes it through again. Here goes Tonga. They need to score a try, and they will through David Halaifonua, the winger. Well, some nice touches as well leading up to that try from David Halaifonua. The fans are happy. The Tongan players are happy. David Halaifonua is happy as well.
Great form by the forward pack from Tonga, showing some patience in that passage of play and trying to getting that ball out to David Halaifonua to score that try.
Well, the forwards did the damage, but the difference was made by Kurt Morath with that tap. And the conversion is successful. So Tonga back in it now. Tonga is back in it. 15 points to 16. Just 1 point ball game. Well, Tonga was 16 points to 3 down. They were trailing by 13. And now they have scored 2 successive tries to Viliami Lolohea and David Halaifonua. So they need to march on from here again, Tonga. They need to look after the ball. They can't kick it out at this point in time. They take it through the middle as well. David Feao is there in support. Kurt Morath. They come towards the open for Sita. They need possession. They need to look after the ball. As the Tongans build from inside their own territory. Off it goes to Sefo. Sakalia. Nearly lost there by Suke Tuimotoa. Again for Sita. Here comes Tonga once again. Fifita. Oh, just unfortunate there for the Tongans, and the Georgians know that was the last play, and they've hung on to beat Tonga for the second successive time. They beat Tonga on this same venue back in 2016 by 23 points to 20. But today they've beaten Tonga by just a single point. 16 points to 15, and Kupa Tonga slowly showed why they are a world-class team as well, but Georgia was just good enough today.
Yeah, I think the raps should go for the Georgian forwards. They've done a great job of laying a platform for their kickers to put themselves in front of the Tongans, but I think a bit too late for the Tongans. They should have done that at the first half to try and get in front, but to try and come back at the end was a bit too late, and obviously the Georgians have come away with a great win against the Tongans.
Well, now we'll join Irfan Khan, who's with the losing captain, Siale Pietau.
Yes, thank you, Aquila Piutau. What a tight game, and how tough was this match?
Oh, we knew it was always going to be tough. We knew it was going to be a physical match, and I guess for us, you know, we made a lot of crucial errors that probably cost us the game.
You had a good set piece set up for today's game. What sort of improvements are you looking at going into round 2 against Samoa?
I think for us, you know, it's I think individually first getting our fundamentals right, you know, doing the little things right, and I think that'll help. You know, I think at times we showed that our shape, you know, that we could play. I think we left our run a bit too late at the end there.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, thank you.
Siale Pietau, the elder brother of former All Blacks centre Charles Pietau, and Irfan is standing by again with the Georgian captain, and it's the lock forward Georgi Nemsadze.
Thank you, Aquila Georgi. Congratulations for the win. You had a 36-hour flight to Fiji, jet lag, and how did the players recover, and are you happy with the team's performance today?
Of course, I'm really happy with my team. We know the Tonga's team is really hard, really strong, very physical team, but we are ready for that. We wanna really win this game. We play with the heart and we win this game.
Are you really dominated on scrum play, and of course going into this game? And how do you think you need more improvement before next week's game?
Yeah, of course. Always we looking up. We know that Fiji's team is really good team, and we prepared well. And I hope next week will be a result same.
Thank you very much. Congratulations again.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Georgi Nemsadze, the only Georgian player to play 4 games against the Tonga. He was there in 2014, in 2015, 2016, and again today. The 33-year-old, and Georgia proving too strong for Tonga with a win today, and they have beaten Tonga by 16 points to 15. And now we'll have a look at the action from this match as well. Part of the action of the match, the highlights of this match. And we saw in the first spell that big run by Fifita. And of course Tonga, they put together some good phases as well, but on one of those occasions they failed to look after the ball, and it was picked up by the man of the match on my book, Joseb Matisvili, the Georgian fullback. And this was the second half play by Tonga. They came back too little, too late. Viliami Lolohea with their first try, and this one, another world-class try from a world-class team, and it was David Alai Funua. So Georgia winning by 16 points to 15.